Hi everyone, welcome to the FAB 4 crafting tools. This is the February edition, so on February 20th and the 20th of each month we'll be posting at 10 a.m. and the idea is to make cards or something using our dies, punches, embossing folders, and masks, also known as stencils. So, how many of you have these things in your stash and they're sitting there not being used? I know I do. So for this collab, I pulled out the Whale Punch by Stampin' Up! 152699. This is in the annual catalog. And also the coordinating stamp, which I only used the sentiments out of. You're kind of a big deal, and thanks a ton. And I used the layering ovals, and I'm gonna forget which ones. I believe it was this one, these two here, this one and this little bit bigger one. And I did use a piece of the paper called Whale of a Time, and I punched a whale out, pretty peacock colored whale. And I did use, oops, can't get a hold of them, the masks that Stampin' Up! Sells called Basic Pattern Decorative Masks. They're in the 20 to 21 annual catalog now. And I just used the one with the circles. I just used it for a little extra color in the background on a part of it. And then I also used the Seabed 3D embossing folder, which I think I've only used once or twice since I bought it. It's from the annual 2020 to 2021 Stampin' Up! Catalog as well. And I used a few of the Whale of a Time sequins. I did not do a shaker card. And I used some of this scalloped linen ribbon 1/2 inch in Pretty Peacock with like a natural linen. And I used some vellum. And that is it. So let me move these out of the way and show you the card. Like I said, I just did one for February, but you know, every month we can make one or more of whatever. So here's my card. It's on a Pretty Peacock card base, A2 size, which is 5.5 by 4.25. So it's actually, oh gosh, 5.5 by 8.5. Sorry, brain cramp there. And scored at 4.25. And then under it I actually have a piece of designer series paper. You can see a little bit of it here. I don't have this tacked all the way down good in the corner. Okay, anyway, the stencils are on the designer paper. That's where I used them, and I just put a few areas of dots. And I wanted it to look like bubbles in the water, and then here coming up from the whale on the front is more bubbles in the water with the sequins. I also embossed, embossed that with the Seabed 3D embossing folder, and I also embossed the layering circle that I had cut out with the 3D embossing folder. Those are glued together and then bumped up on dimensionals. The whale is up on dimensionals. And I just put the ribbon across the bottom here. It sort of separates out where more of the water is versus the sand on the bottom of the ocean floor. So I think it came out pretty. You can see the colors coming through the vellum somewhat. I also took the brush that I used, I think it was this one, for the Pretty Peacock, and I went over the vellum before I put it down. Now, and it just gave, some of it you can't see because it got hidden by this, but it just made some of these sea plants pop a little more on the card. And then on the inside, oh, and this is out of the sequins from Whale of a Time. I did use a dab of glue. No, I'm sorry. I think I used glue on these two, but I used glue dots to hold them down. They work better than the liquid glue. And then inside, this is a piece of the paper that I used in the background, and it just says thanks a ton. So that is my card for this month using dies, punches, embossing folders, and masks for the dots in the back. So I actually did use all 4 on this one card. I hope you enjoyed that. Please be sure to check everyone else out that's linked down below the video and see what beautiful cards or whatever that they have made. I'm sure they've made some lovely things using their dies, punches, embossing folders, and masks / stencils. And do come back again next month on the 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern and see what we have made then. Hope to talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.